Right, so we have a lot to get through, so we'll just crack on. But I am somewhere a little bit different this time around. So I'll still be opening my usual boxes, right? But those are mine. Whereas these are thanks to Jene. Jene is someone hoping to get into the flesh and blood market, and he's starting off strong with a whole bunch of compendium. You can find his sales page in the description, right? Currently organizing through Facebook Market. No, group. Facebook groups. But more on the way, right? Now, thanks to him, we do have 10 cases to get through. So, yeah, we're gonna power through and see what exactly we pull. And hopefully, there's some good stuff to add to his already huge stock, right? I think it's 40 some cases is what he started with. So, yeah, it'll definitely have any singles you need to find. But in terms of the gold packs, I think we'll stockpile them, right? And leave them till the end. Yeah, we'll do it case by case. I'll pull out all the packs, and then we'll just hammer through them. Very curious to see what the rates end up being this time around. We did do a mock box, right? Just had a little chat. Did get a E-Strike. I think it's, yeah, not a Marvel E-Strike, just a normal E-Strike. Still nice, right? New art. But in terms of the Majestic, seems like they're about the same, right? Equipment does seem like it's short printed, but it was a fair call. And then cold foils, right? Bumped to 8 packs, but you know, there's a whole heap more to go through. But all around, doesn't seem too rough, but it doesn't seem like it's necessarily doing any favors, especially when it comes to the legendaries. But nonetheless, see what we end up with, right? So generally speaking, previous sets, right, have been a legendary case, right? So hopefully that's what we hit and we stick to. But we'll have to see. I know the antiquity ones are obviously exceedingly rare as it stands, but there we go. Case of packs for us to tear through. And 4 antiquity packs for afterwards, right? I'm going to run out of space very quickly. Alright. Don't know if I will get through. He's let me open 10 cases. But we'll have to see, right? How quickly we can burn through them. Because I'd like to still keep it neat and organized. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I don't believe chat's on screen because there's no webcam this time around. Let's fix that. There we go. I'll do, right? Alright. Yeah, Marvel E-Strike is great if you can find one. Like this set and next set covered. Alright, so we are just going to speed through these essentially. So we only really care about the back, right? So 9 card packs, so it's only 3 cards we care about, right? Majestic equipment, Majestic. How does that work? I'm already confused. That's not a great start. So it's 2 rares, sometimes a third. That third is sometimes a Majestic. But this is 2 Majestics, but boo because it doesn't come as rainbow foil, maybe? Or is it Havoc because it comes as cold foil? Either way, it's 2 Majestics to start, so I guess that's something. Alright, organize-wise, equipment is very far out of reach. You know what, I'll do piles, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah. Rare, Majestic, a little bit of shade from the boxes, and then I will probably separate the rares. No, there's the foil. So I don't know how that worked out to be 2 Majestics. I guess equipment is a different role, which is interesting. Oh, now I have to figure out if there's specific zones. For the back 3, right? Rares. Feels like it's always going to be equipment at the back. We'll have to see that. And then that's the foil. It's foil common. It's nothing, right? And then 3 rares. Yeah. I mean, blue's not an exciting Majestic, but that definitely throws me for a loop. The first pack being 2 Majestics. Alright, foil, common, rare, and then it is equipment. So it does seem like it's probably 1 equipment per pack. Which makes sense. But then the Majestic equipment is separate to the actual rare equipment. So you're always getting 1 rare equipment, right? So, generally speaking, no one is going to have any trouble getting a hold of them. Now, Valai Ravine. I actually really like this card. And it's actually back to really nice poppy foiling as well. Really nice to look at. But still rare, so goes with the rares. Alright. Definitely slowed down, but there we go. Majestic. Ghost Protocol mainframe, chains, and then equipment. So, yeah, I guess Majestic foil is a common. That makes... I do really want to keep track of it. That's 3 Majestics for this box so far. Granted, we'll do it by case. There's the first cold foil, which is nice. So it's separate from the rainbow foil slot. The rare foil, and then a Limbs of Lignum Vita, which is, you know, fairly decent, right, for Verdants. Just alternative to, what is it, Stonewall? No, it's the one in this, isn't it, right? But, Ace Cold foil will go there. You know what, that's just normal rare equipment. I can probably leave. Alright, and then 2 rares. So, the case, so what, it should be 12 foils overall. Hit so far is just a normal inline strike, but we haven't been going long, and this was technically from a warm-up box outside of actually streaming. You've caught us right at the start, but no, never mind. I was going to say, here's something, but no, just a whole stack of rares. So with the foil slot, you can actually get 4 rares a pack, right? Which is okay-ish. Don't know if overall they've tweaked the foils. Majestics are usually 1 in 18. I think 1 in 5 for a rare foil, something like that. And nada. But I'm sort of washing away, right? Rares and commons, but they are decent. There is actually some nice rares and commons. There's just a lot to go around. Comment, lay down the challenge, which is a really nice Brute Majestic, right? This is actually pretty simple to use. It allows you to block out. So, you know, that always works out pretty well. Granted, you have the cards to block with as Brute. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've done live, right? I think it was it last week? A week ago before that? With the guest judge to talk about the actual spoilers. It's nice to be cracking. There will definitely be more to come. Because I get to open a whole lot this set, right? Get to do as much as we can get through today. Yeah. And then I've got my own boxes to come. So another cold foil, Gauntlets of Unity. I think this is a rough slot, right? You want mainly the headpiece. What else is there for arms for Warrior? Gallantry Gold? Maybe the arms are actually pretty nice. That's the second cold foil down. And 2 more rares. Feels like a little lackluster on the Majestic, so... Nope. Oh. Probably the worst Majestic. Like, not functionally. Just the worst Majestic currently because there's no one to play it in, right? But it is a really nice card. All blue attacks and tigers get +1. As an infinite too. I mean, with all the stuff they printed for Mystic and especially Enigma, I was expecting an adult. I was expecting some heroes, right? In the set. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were expecting sets. At least, you know, who deserved a retool? Probably Enigma. Enigma or Blaze were probably the big 2 guesses, I'd have to say. But nope, no new heroes. Just a whole bunch of cards you'll have to sit on. Sewing. Ooh, Reckless Arithmetic. Not bad. Very nice KO card overall. I would like to see an EA, right? I'd like for them to be about 1 a box. 1 a case, not a box. Definitely not a box. Because there is actually quite a lot, right? You've got a few that come in cold foil, and a few that come as rainbow foil EAs. There's a fair mix. Speaking of which, there's a card that could have been, but is not. The Blessings of Balinor, cold foil, right? It's another one of those cards where every time I look at it, it gets better. So, Courage Token for each charge, or Angel, right? And then you still get its own trigger as well, which is pretty nice. I mean, I don't think we've seen any of the big Majestics so far. We're getting there. I mean, that's a nice rare, right? And overall, the rare playsets are still pretty sparse. They did get a little bump compared to previous sets. Touch of Reality. I think this is a solid Majestic equipment, right? I've stuck commons in the rares already. Do it, slip up. What do we have? Common, rare. Don't know if I should be splitting the foils. Oh! We're 10 minutes in, and I think not even through a box. We gotta go faster. I want to crack as much as possible. Majestics are about 1 every 2 cases, wow. And that is a very trusted source. There's so many. I wish they were more common then. Like, I'd expect the cold foils, right? I think there's 3 cold foil EAs. They could have been a little bit nicer with the rainbow foils. Oh well. I'm sure we'll see some at some point. The Legendary's the big one. For being the reprint sets, they feel a little bit sparse. Well, curious, did you notice much clumping? I've heard a little bit, right? Of, going a case dry and then the next case having a couple. Ah, look at that. I love when my memory is justified. The 10 out of the 59, plus then you have the few Majestics that come as marbles. I guess that's not really that apparent, so them being a little bit harder to find is fairish. Nope. I'm seeing some nice rares that I kind of want to digest. But oh well. Tome of Pandemonium. Very exciting card. I love the tomes, so to get some semblance of them back is definitely cool. Only it was the EA. Elves are roughly 1 every 4 boxes, some cases with 2. Yeah. So they're still on the normal pull rate. They're just a little bit clumped, which is fine overall. Would be nice to get a little bit of a bump, given the count and the fact that there's 3 people wanted to play as playsets. But oh well. They didn't really want to, tank the pricing. It's understandable. Alright, we'll try and speed through this case. And then we can take a look overall. And we'll probably do the antiquity packs from this. You never know. Anything but a rusty relic and we're happy. Oh. Cold foil Majestic and a rare foil. Means of Brutality. Nice rare foil. Helm of Safe Haven. Card I don't like too much. Yeah, I'll put it with cold foils. Kind of wish it was a little bit more flexible, but it is a nice amount of block. Top guy, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an attack action card, add to the chain link. It has to be specifically an attack action, or you don't have to discard. Because I like it as just a 2-block helm. I kind of wish it was the Sage. Although the gold helm was definitely needed. Or even Gaslight. To come as EA in the gems. Be nice, right? The beautiful looking card. I really like lanterns. Man, another blessing. I mean, we're at least 1 box in. 4 Majestics. 4 cold foils. Rare. I think these cold foil Majestic Quentin pieces listed around 40 to 50 bugs. There's some that are really, really solid. That are just great toolkit pieces for Class Constructed. There's some that are probably just valued for scarcity. But it is nice overall seeing cold foils get value back to them, right? They handled it correctly in this set, as opposed to like Everfest, where there is definitely a good amount of equipment to back them up. Back up the increased pull rate. So who doesn't like Sage Bling? Nice Seeker Kunai. Is there a point in running more than one? I guess to find it quicker. But once you have one up and going, that's pretty much it, right? Or is there a weird world where you're just pitching 3 into it and 3 on board? No, you never get enough silver to maintain several of them. Let's see that holds, but rarity-wise, I think that's not overpriced. Okay, good. Yeah. There's definitely some that will drop down. Gorgeous. It's the palette more so than the actual foiling, right? Because High Seas had nice foiling, but the palette was a lot darker, whereas you have a lot more brighter cards for the set. But the foiling is definitely nice. I'm also curious to see how much of this sticks around, right? Because it's meant to be a nice intro set for people to pick up about their collections. Which I don't think holds true as much anymore. That was my mentality going into it when I was thinking it would be at least, a third reprints. But since the only reprints of the actual chase, I feel like it's not actually that great of a intro product. Like the Silver Age deck's beautiful. The set itself, I mean, it'll jumpstart your collection in all directions. But aside from that, nice. Aegis. Like Aegis, I feel will drop. It's just not dynamic enough with how they sort of built Lightning. And for the mirror matches, it's good. And our first L, which is nice to see, because it's also a quick dodge flexes, right? New artwork, not shiny, but oh well. Still really nice to hit, right? As long as we get 1 L a case, happy. Maybe an extra on top of that with the antiquity packs. But definitely a staple. A lot of people want. I'm glad they just printed it early. Glyph in foil. Wizards definitely like their bling. Maybe that's kind of worth separating. And then a Scuttletoes. Scuttletoes is such a interesting one. Oh, God. And then... well, it's not the worst generic. There are ways to make it functional. But they could have done something to it to make it a little better. Main purpose is Tunic. Probably have Go Again. Or at least, like... if it's 2 counters from Tunic, Go Again. Something like that, where you have to use the maximum value. No, you'd have to counteract the gold, right? If it's specifically 1 counter from Tunic, Go Again. If it's 2 counters, then you gain the gold value, so no Go Again. Something like that. Make it a little bit more even. But not having reprints seems really weird from a first set point. For a first set point. For a first set point? As in... to do with the launch of Silver Age? Because, yeah, at the very least, a whole bunch of the Silver Age staples would be nice. Well, tough as a rock. So again, a little bit darker on the palette. But still pretty nice. Then, a Voltic Vanguard. Another called for rare. No Marvel yet. We have Legendary and a Marvel. But there is a lot going on. Well, I say there's a lot going on with the set. They could have effectively cut the commons down, because it's not for limited, right? To just the color variants that matter, similar to what they've done with the rares, and then stuck in a whole bunch of reprints. That kind of would have been better, right? And just, pick apart rares, drop them down to commons, make them insanely obtainable, and make everyone happy. That we do sort of have chat commons. Otherwise, the set, it's pretty well rounded. Mournful Casket as well as Cold Foil, and then a Rockyard Rodeo. Don't forget to separate the rares. Okay. Probably like 1.5 boxes left before we're done with the first case. So far, it seems like it's been fairly decent hits. This is the first set with Silver Age in mind, and there's no reprints for Silver Age. Yeah, well, I guess it's also the premise of not making people double dip, right? So if you really are just playing Silver Age, the precons are perfect. They do have functional reprints in them. That set itself didn't really need any, but yeah, it would have been nice in like a year's time when the precons are, have outlived their stay, they're not great out of the box anymore, and then you could say to someone, pick up Compendium, got everything you need. But I saw the pull rates of Gold Ball Degen on the Antiquity packs. I'm looking forward to those again. Right. Yes. I've heard they are rough all around. It's a shame, because, the Fables are... Well, I guess they're going off of the premise that there's 3 Fables, so that makes the pull rate better, right? But individually, they're just as bad as normal sets, even if they are meant to be the playable variants. Oh, there we go. So this case had 2 legendaries. Pretty nice, right? Crown of Providence to go with the quick dodge flexes, and then a Majestic as well. That's definitely pretty decent. Balance would have been better, right? I think Balance and quick dodge are the top 2. Blessing, foil, Majestic. Rare. Right, another Morning Casket. That's something I don't really want to see. That you loop through the same cold foils in a box. The pool should be large enough that this is a sporadic thing, more so than anything. Find the EAs and the Rainfall Legendary is the key there. Yeah. Opening volume is always the key to the FaB. I've seen the quick dodge flexes are a little kind of on the insane side. Wow, they're all kind of on the insane side. Both by pull rate and value. Which is good. At least there is some proper chase to this set. For now, at least. Fable and a CNC. That would actually be nice. Oh, wrong way. Speechless. Be Demon. Alright. Should be like the last box, surely. How are we doing for time? I can do a box in 30 minutes. Think I'm happy? Kind of like to speed it up a little bit. If I don't care about sorting the rares, we'd probably pick up the pace. Or if I, pre-cut a whole bunch of packs. Bubba lubba. Boo. Okay, I'll need to go back and watch, but the boo being in this slot must be incorrect, right? This should never be a Majestic, surely. And the first pack where we got 2 Majestics as normal, non-foil, was like a slip-up, to some degree. Sure, over the entire volume, that probably happened more than you might think. Alright. Tiger Trap. Is that the bad one? Defense attack with 3 attacks greater than the base. That's not awful, actually. Have to see what comes out with Flurry Warrior. Whether or not that's really good into it. But aside from Crouching Tigers, I guess Draconic likes to buff a whole bunch. That's a nice cold foil. And just rares. Skybreaker is the Value Might aura, which is pretty nice. Alright. Seismic Shift. A not so great Majestic. I'm hoping they do more with the tap interaction. And back-to-back in foil. It is still a nice board clear. At least they gave it a go again. Oh, another cold foil. Actually, yeah, really good. Right? It should be the best rare, considering it's the most dynamic impacting effect so far. And bomb. Nada, nada. Alright, last little stack for the first case. Oh, Rune Snare. Don't actually mind the crap expression. Hopefully they continue to do more with it. They do seem a little bit tame, though. I think I also forgot the rares in this. Yep. We've done it a couple times. The hand trap. Now a bunch of rares. Another boo in the correct slot this time. I mean, it's not looking too bad for a case. Another cold foil. Foil Seeker. 5-pack. Bring a res. Pretty card. Pretty useful card. Oh, and the new harpoon too. Well, we don't dwell on the rares. We'll be seeing plenty of them. Two-faced and lay down the challenge. No, so it happened again. So only the back rare slot is consistently a rare, but it's also consistently a rare equipment. And then sometimes you can get a majestic equipment and a majestic. It's interesting. Curious. So it's not really two rares. Sometimes three. One rare. Sometimes, most of the time two. Sometimes three. Alright, lucky last for this case. Oh, Graven Cow. So I have no idea which is actually the functional piece, because I've heard bits from a whole bunch of different Arachne people about which one they'd want to use, and they all say different. Right? No need for flick, no need for go again. I think the banished nets you silver, right, on a setup contract, so you kind of rather that. Alright. I should probably move stuff out of the way. Pick the res over here. Common stack's gonna get real disastrous pretty quickly, though. Alright, the first case is antiquity packs. It's also been expressed as a pain to open. Oh, the seam doesn't actually split that well. Where's the little Gibbs? Down here. Nope. I really don't want to squeeze on the card. So, this is what it is. Alright. Of course I don't cut it deep enough. If you don't cut the card, you're fine. So, a nice alternative bordered pummel. Beautiful. It's definitely an art card at the back, fortunately. Oh, it's the back card art. So there's actually a few, because this is I, right? I'm pretty sure. So there's a fair few different art pieces, which is interesting. It's a pummel, not a cold foil, and it's only a tenacity. I mean, it's still not awful. Majestic, playable. I mean, I do like the pummels. I don't think I'd run them over my pink ones, but they're nice. I think Klloo is also really nice, right? I like the framing. I know that's been a little bit decisive. Hold the line as cold foil. Your attack, if the attacking arrow has drawn 2 or more cards, prevent the next 3. Not horrible as a blue, but I don't think it's, one of the greater hits. I think. And then, well, this arts. Oh, they're not always rainbow foil either. Interesting. So there's 2 sets. There's rainbow foil, non-rainbow foil, and then there's a whole bunch of different cards that you can hit. Or is it just the 3 fables? It might just be the 3 fables. I mean, I'm sure we'll see soon enough. Ravenous Rebel. I think for the most part, you want to just be collecting playsets, right? And then foil. God, that's going to be so annoying, right? Can I even figure out? It's probably that corner, right? I'm pretty sure it's the 2 corners. But it's kind of annoying that some are foil, some are not. So overall, you need 2 sets, I guess. Guess I'll stick the foil pieces together. Non-foil. Alright. Behind Ravenous Rebel is Ripple Away. Still nice, right? I mean, having a guaranteed playable Majestic for the most part. Yeah. Rusted Relic. Not awful. There's a lot they can do with it. It'd be nice to have like a Arknight piece that was fetch out a Rusty Relic, something like that. Right, Fate Scene. Beautiful. Another foil. The center of the new Heart Art. And this round's on me, non-foil. So I'd like to say it's 1 cold foil antiquity every case, but I have a feeling it's not right. Other than that, 2 legendaries from the actual case. Maybe the piece has no visible. Ah, right. No, well. Oh, yeah, you are right. It's just the bottom glare. I don't know if I can even catch it. It's so slight. Like, it's not even all the green. It's just this little fleck. Which is interesting, because they've done the roots for the centerpiece. Right? Well, it's not even the centerpiece. Diagonal? Yeah, it must be diagonal. So, yes. Good. They're all rainbow foil. Although, I feel like, because they've stated that it's only rainbow foil. So if you do get one without the foiling, it's a nice error card. Other than that, I do sort of want to organize Majestics. Gold foil for the most part. It should all be equipment anyway. The main, well, aside from the Majestics. It'll be a little bit neat, right? Equipments. Then we'll do Majestic equipments. And I guess Majestic playables can go over there. I guess I'll stack the Majestics up. So I wouldn't mind a count. We'll separate the foils. I mean, thumbing through this, it does look like equipment is well printed, right? Because I think there's half the overall. Rusted Relic is a Betsy sideboard. Yeah, I heard the cold foils were real rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 31 is what? Almost 8 a box. So it's slightly higher, right? Because on average it should be like 6 to 8, not 8 plus. Well, in this case it's 7. Was it really only 3 foils? I mean, they are 1 in 18. Usually. I should say usually, because they haven't released any of the rates, right? So yeah, 3. Yeah. Not horrible. 2 legendaries. Which is pretty nice. Makes me expect the next case not to have a legendary. Alright. Time 3:30. May require assistance because I need to go move my car. Crack this open though. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whoever. Doesn't matter. They are really nice boxes because they're great for storage as well, with the fact that they're a lift in instead of the usual cup top. Alright, I need to go move my car, so hand you over to a nice helper.
Hello.
And crack some boxes for you.
Great.
Been doing it all day? Done any of them?
I haven't. I've opened, I think, 5 Flesh and Blood boosters in lifetime.
Oh, wow.
So
there you go.
We're getting there. No, I've been sorting magic cards all day. All right.
Well,
great. Perfect.
Goodbye. Chats. There.
What a good start. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm ready. No, I probably shouldn't. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Tyrone. As I said, I think I legitimately have opened 5 Flesh and Blood boosters lifetime, but I'm hoping to get more into it. I very, very roughly know how the set works, and I suppose the makeup of the rarities and everything else, but not super much. But I'm sure you'll let me know if something crazy happens. People were telling me this is I shouldn't need scissors here so I can slice these things off. Sense. Try not to cut the cards too much. If okay, if I do cut a card in half, you guys got to tell him that it came out of the pack like that. All right, it was a misprint. Yeah. Cool. Promos, puzzle. I like the puzzle pieces. I feel like I'm giving a very different content. Okay, where? Looking in front of me for somewhere to sort these. Okay, I don't know where the promo cards go. They can go there. That's fine. So yeah, I was told this set is like a bunch of reprints at like cheaper prices, and also lots of new cards as well. Cool. Full of rares. Very exciting, very exciting. I'm looking in front of me to see if I can figure out where that goes. Alright, I gotta figure this out. These promos. I'm just gonna separate the cards into their rarities, and someone else can sort them later, because I don't want to put these in the wrong spot. Yeah, we have a lot of these boosties lying around. So if you are keen to pick up just a mythic, majestic, marvel, I don't know, one of them. Not, I got a card. It's has a rarity that's different to the other cards. What a good time. Yeah, if you're keen to start picking up cards out of the set, my god, we got a lot of booster boxes. Let me tell you. Yeah, look, these people are very brave to hand me scissors, I'll be honest. I like throwing scissors around. Now, I myself, I'm looking forward to getting into the new format. What's it called? Sage, I think? I haven't played much Flesh and Blood, but Sage feels like a good place for me to be, because I don't want to spend time and energy and effort building a collection and having a collection. I just kind of want to get a deck and just leave it there. And people telling me this is a really cheap format to get into, which is cool. Another foil there. Another Majestic Doomsaying. Yeah, and I think I've played a very small amount of games. I've played Puffin. I played an event of Puffin. I played like a Verdant once, and I've played a Trap Ranger. I played a Trap Ranger last night. A little bit last minute. But ooh, there's a foil rare. Oh, and a prism. Oh my god. Hello. And a couple of rares. Now we got the hype. All right, we got a foil. I think it's a cold foil. That looks like a cold foil to me. Cold foil rare, and a prism. Full art prism. That's cool. That's pretty rad. I'm down for this. I don't know what rarity this is. There's a little purple thing on the left. I don't know. But yes, that's cool. Very cool. Great spectral shields. We did a team. I'm glad I've been entrusted with this job. Pulling the good cards now. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. That's Marvel. That makes okay. That's right. That's right. This game has what Majestics and Marvels. I keep mixing them up because they both have an M in them. I'm gonna resort my area. I'm losing track of things. These are my foils. Rare. Oh, there is. I swear there was a second one. They're my common over there. We're getting somewhere. All right, all right. Put on ice. I'm actually keen to play the Icelander deck in Sage, so I'm keeping an eye out for the ice cards. I don't know. There's another foil, and a couple of red. I don't actually know if the Icelander deck needs much upgrading or even what to do with it. But yeah, I'm keen to give it a go. Yeah, from what I was seeing about card prices, it looked like the full art fancy versions of heroes and weapons were things to really keep an eye on. So, heroes and equipment, I guess, are the things to keep an eye on. So yeah, Prism, what a good time. Yeah, so if I wanted to play Icelander, another foil, are there okay? Question: are there rainbow foils and cold foils in the set? Because I've only seen one type of foil, and I don't know if I'm looking at the right thing. Are there any ice? Oh, well, are there any Icelander cards in this set that would be good for that precon? That was quick. We got something. We did it. We did it. We won.
Oh, you got a Marvel Prism.
Yeah, so I've been led to believe. I don't know where to sort cards, so I've just been sorting them into the piles.
Yeah. People like to see the fancy stuff.
Yeah, I
did like that.
I did. Don't worry. I talked about it. I told them how exciting it was, and they told me it was great.
Goes with the headpiece you pulled last night.
I didn't. Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. Cool. All right. Well, one last one, and then I'll leave you to it. Ooh. I was just asking, is there are there rainbow foils and cold foils in two foil rares. And
cold foil.
So these are cold foils?
So that's a cold foil.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a normal foil.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Metallic versus because unlike magic, it's like a little bit more tasteful. Like it's just the stream, if you will.
Oh, I see. The border is the metallic-y foil.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, makes sense. Great. All right. Well, I'll leave that with you. Common, rare, promo, majestic, and foils.
Perfect. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Wow, you don't think I'm gonna pull anything else from this box since Tyrone left? That's no fun. Fortunately, I think he's got some stuff to do. So, you get me instead. He pulls Shelter. Did he actually? Oh, he did. Oh, you mean I'll pull Shelter? No, he'll pull Shelter from the rest of the box. Well, watch, I'll pull Shelter. Alright. Still not a bad start with the Prism. So, she's on the weaker side, right? For young heroes. You guys have no faith in me. He did want to try out Icelander. Well, 4 rares to start. Slightly above. Where was the commons? I'm straight on the stack. There was a lot of commons. Right, just I'm not messing anything up. Go commons. Commons. Rares. Beautiful. Prism can be nice and shiny at the start. Majestics. Null called for. Right, we're back. But people like the young new Prism more, no? Even though she's functionless, essentially. Tyrone left-handed. Is that what's going on? I think that's the case. I'm used to putting everything on this side. There we go. I guess we're doing the antiquity pack straight away too. I think I said something about saving them, but oh well. Where's the fun in that? Plus Fluke did the massive 250, right? No one's gonna top that. Maybe full D-Gen. Winner takes all. I mean, they're all theirs anyway. Which I should probably plug. If you are Australia-based, I'm opening these on behalf of Jene. Jene is getting into the FaB singles market, right? Starting off with a huge amount of venue, right? He's basically dumped 10 cases in this room for me to grab and just crack open, talk to you guys, right? See what we get. Then he's got like 40 overall cases, so yeah, he will definitely have plenty of singles from this set to go around. Again, if you're Australia-based. I did like the Prism art. God, what did I used to use it in? Something, well, not weird, but it was, oh, was it like a card spotlight, right? Because they had one with a monocle, didn't they? Or something like that. Might have been that Prism artwork, and I might have just erased one of them and gave her a monocle. But so far, no Shelter, so you're all correct. I've lost the touch. I mean, Everbloom's not bad, right? Budget seeds. Worse seeds, because it's not reusable. Nada. Oh, my red common piles just swapped around too. But I have heard that the Marvel young heroes are quite apparent, which is nice, right? It'd be great for just new players to have a fancy hero to start. So my binder of all the called for young promo heroes feels a little sad, since they've now been made semi-redundant. Another 4 rare pack. We've got 3 packs left, I think, to find a Shelter. So I can prove you're all wrong. Majestic. Yes, that's something. Oh, no. Where the winds meet. It's also a pretty nice one. Still no EAs, fortunately. should be getting to the 2 case rate, right? So there should be one in here. Nada. Alright. Last two. One of them's got a shelter. We have no shelter. And upside down for one. Shelter? No. Not even a majestic. Yeah, you guys are right. I should not be the one cracking the boxes. Right. Box will make up for it. I mean, granted, the first case was 2 legendaries, so by the rule of pumping, this one should have none. Alright, we'll start with the Antiquity pack. Snatch to start. Not too shabby. I think any of them with like dynamic imagery really works well with the curved border. Another heart piece. I wonder if we can build a heart by the end of this. And that's all you got. And non-foil. Oh well. Still majestic. Still a decent one, right? Syndra comes back in line. Perfect. Spending attack with 2 or less power. Yeah. Dagger-wise. Embalm to start. Swap the rare and commons. Need to pick up the pace. We won't even get through half of the cases. It's easy when they're just rare and commons, though. Then we can go nuts. Oh, rippling waves. Such a tease. Fancy artwork, but no Shyana in sight. But well, no. So, I don't think any of the promo young heroes would necessarily break things, right? At least not as much as Chain was, let alone Briar. Maybe Blaze. But it would be nice to just have them made legal. It would have been so simple just to put China as a common in the set, so she's readily available, like Sigil of Fate. Stuck on that. Look what I have in the box I opened. Alright, so we did get a legendary, and we also got a nice art. Beautiful. Don't know where to stick them. Well, Majestic goes there. And the shelter can cover up the prism, since it's what I pulled. Still seemingly rare, though. Getting a playset of this shelter versus previous shelter. Ugh. And then the Wizard's new toy. Alright. You just play aggro and attacks, and you don't have to worry. These are not personal cases, no. I will be opening mine probably tomorrow. I don't know. If I'm tired, probably not. Probably day after. But essentially, for as long as I want, I can just rip open packs here. See what we get. Oh, no, just an embryo. I forgot how Cold Pause worked in this set for a second. So, yeah, I'll plug it in. Jene is a wonderful guy. He deals a lot in Magic. So, he's decided to move into Flesh and Blood. He's starting off with quite a lot of Compendium, right? So, again, Australia-based. But if you are in need of singles, he will definitely have a lot in stock. Again, I can open as much as I want, as long as I want to, you know, spend time here, so to speak. And that's just a drop, essentially. And I believe everything should be starting to go up too. So in the description, there is a link to his Facebook page as it stands currently, and you can see, right? Sales and prices, etc. It'll be great, I think, right? Especially because it's local. Well, it's local to the LGS I go to. It's a little bit far. But not having to get some of the shifts will be pretty nice. So if you are local to Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, you can get them for pickup at Battle Station. Other than that, we want mediocre luck. But my box is going to have all the luck, right? We don't want to see a Marvel E-Strike. Don't tell them. No Marvel E-Strike for them. And that way, it's in the cases I do for myself. But there's also a nice gauge of, you know, majestic count and everything like that. Because generally I like opening, right, to get my playsets. Collect everything. Sell duplicates, sell some of the chase stuff, right, recoup. No, I don't dislike the rates I'm seeing so far. Would have been nice to obviously get a few more of the legendaries and whatnot. The lucky people are not me. So I am trying to do it somewhat neatly, luckily. I mean, I plan to do the Majestic properly, because I'd like to know the count anyway. I'd like to see, you know, playset-wise. How's it looking? The rares and that, yeah, no. They're just in nice big stacks. At least they're by rarity. Doubt there's a sewing machine. It'd probably have to be high-tech, because it'd have to scan the borders, right? That's fine. You have employees for that, right? Alright, what was that? That's 2 down. Already got an L. On rate for the cold foils, which is nice. Already got a Marvel as well, which is cool. 3, 4. So I have, well, 1 in 18 across a case should be what? Should basically be 4, right? There's only 2 foils so far, so that's kind of correct. Because they should be about 1 in 18 per previous sets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's still within the 6 to 8, right? Normal Majestics in a box. So it does mean the retracement from Super Slam. But they're not abysmal rates. Alright. Cold foil Majestic time. Let's see. No, simple to start. Puzzle piece or not? Puzzle piece. Another one for heart, right? I think we're only a few shy of that. And no. But sensor. Sensor's not bad. I'm sure there's people who want specific playsets of these. As in the new border. So, it's sort of the thought of like old cold foils in that sense. Where it's just a nice little extra thing to recoup. But it's definitely better than the Pisces Strings pack, right? Where half the time it was limited chat. Ugh. Alright. I'd like to stick around half an hour per case. Then get to a decent chunk. Means it's time to pick up the pace. Maybe be a little bit more sloppy. I mean, we've already hit the big cold foil rare, right? The new boots. Majestic wise. Don't know actually which Majestic cold foil was top, right? Raven, beautiful. I'm definitely going to miss a foil rare or two in the common pile. I'm not used to going 4 from the back. Well, I should be, actually. Because you usually count the token. Alright. Havoc Wrap. I think Havoc Wrap is actually a decent one as well. It's definitely a very interesting chess piece. I think Cold Fall seems pretty good. Did have like a sheet. We could probably take a quick look-see at what should be highest. I have it open. I don't have it open though. Good time and see how quickly we can get this down to. An expert when it comes to opening my own. Granted, I'll probably be taking more time to sort them. Bannerman in foil. If only it was search or fetch from the graveyard. Another boo. Need to pull at least one. EA Majestic, be it Cold Foil or Rainbow Foil. Nada. And nada. Actually, you know what I should be on the lookout for? There's any rares that are actually semi-decent. I think because of the volume, then there's not going to be any. Not for a little. Oh, there we go, finally. So Sense Weakness as a Rainbow Foil EA. Still fairly pretty, right? Definitely interesting artwork. But all around, just another nice blue Dominate stick. Which seems really nice. Yeah. Still need to sort my bolt. Or pawn it off on someone as well. They were a little astounded, right? Being used to Magic. And what, at most 6? If you count artifacts, right? Is it artifacts? Whatever no color is. Whereas explaining, you know, FaB. Oh, assembly module. Also a nice one. That there's generics. Then there's like 13 some classes for class constructed. Then there's 6, 8. A ridiculous amount of talents on top of that as well. Yeah, sorting a set like this, opening this volume is not going to be fun. I can ask their going rate if you want. The assembly module is the only rare non-equipment cold foil, if I am remembering correctly. Feels like the potions should have, even though they're not actually items. They would have been nice as cold foils. But yeah, better blue hyperdriver. Decent enough. Two-faced. God, the typo is actually printed. I was wondering if the weird wording in typo was just, I don't know, something funny going on with the website upload, but nope, it is actually printed horribly. Like, wording aside, the fact that defeated got through. Especially when there's already defends in there. Oh, and a buzzard helm. Beautiful. There's 3 of that box as well, right? So it's pretty spot on in terms of the every 8. Yes. Yes, I told him. That people will definitely want commons and rares. Even if he does them deeply. I think he floated the idea and, you know, might look behind the scenes, but don't exactly take my word for it. I think it was like $1 per, or $2 for the playset, right? For 3 elves. Is going to be the general gist. Alright. Are we getting a cold foil? Another sink below, which is nice. Chains of Brutality is busted. Such good value. And imagine if you had multiple chains, right? Just 3 chains of Brutality. No. Yeah, no, 3 would work. You'd need Vigor and KO, right? Disgusting. Obviously, definitely high roll. The first piece of Riches. And they are just giant-sized cards, which would be interesting. And another Rippler Wave, which is at least another piece to a playset, I guess. But so far, that's 1 cold foil out of 8 packs. And it's only going to get worse, apparently. Alright. Clickety splits. Wanton, which I think is also really nice. Obviously, the EAs are more desirable, but definitely a really strong warrior card. Like, it could almost be 1 block and you'd still be happy with it. And on Mocking Blow Red, yeah, that would be disgusting. God. Is there any recursion that KO can play? Or just loop chains? There's just so much value behind it. Your opponent, for whatever reason, lets it through. And really, they shouldn't. Another Aegis. We're now starting to see equipment run over. Yes. Yes, 40 indeed. They've gone through a decent chunk, but there's still plenty. Just remembrance. Eh. And you can fetch chains as well, which is interesting. I kind of would like it on demand. That and the arithmetic. Disgusting. Okay, we definitely got some nice things. God, I have no idea who I should play this upcoming season. It's nice. Our local is, I think, Sage for the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks? Something like that. I have plenty of time to try and settle on who to play in Classic Constructed. Kinda want to play Marlin, but to play Marlin, I need riches. But there's definitely some nice gas for Marlin. Another Kunai. And then 3 more rares. We yet to see a cold for this box though. Oh, never mind. And it's a great one. Touch of Reality. So flexible in just keeping your board state alive. Especially because it's instant too. Oh, into a conserved concealed sedative. I don't know why I said conserved. Yeah, Escalavian. So 1 more. We're happy. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely great to have another big supplier in Oz. And I sat down and talked to him before before I started this. We had a nice little chat. And I'll be up. Hopefully tonight. Hopefully I find time to edit it. But yeah, he's definitely gone right in to Flesh and Blood, which is great. Cool. Is that our third? No, that is our third. And foil mainframe. Kind of sad that they announced the Marvels. It doesn't work with Numu. I mean, Newman got the 4 new great pieces, so that's pretty nice. Then just in general, the 2 big M's also really cool. I think Unyielding Grip is also priced decently. I didn't think it'd be as desirable. But I guess there are a lot of Tough Nut fanatics. Still wish they gave him like a mini rock.
I can take over.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Gene's going to crack some packs, and he can talk to you a bit more about what he plans. See if I can get through another box. Gentle Breeze. The EA for Gentle Breeze looks really nice. It's also kind of a weird card. Right? Just great with Tigers, but nothing else. Another one where it's like, oh, if only they just did Adult Benji. Or at least, you know, made it. Would it be so bad as a rare? Because it is 2 block. Alright, that's another case down. Basically clockwork on the cold foils, right? Not deviating from 3 a box. Fairly interesting, that's consistent. Over there, wow, there was some Majestics. I should pull out the Majestics. 3 Majestics. That's not bad either, right? 3 out of the 12. And then, face-wise, I mean, another legendary is great. So far, we're not under the curse of legendaries. I mean, 1 loose box for an E-Strike, the previous case had 2, and then this one had 1. Sense Weakness, though, is really nice to see. Prism, beautiful. And then almost to a full play set of the alt border sinks. Then just another whole stack of Majestics. Oh, yeah. He'll come. His time will eventuate. Yeah. In terms of looks, it's a beautiful card. Just functionally not quite there just yet. Alright. Definitely running out of space with the commons and rares. Alright, so case number 3. I think he has started at least listing some of his singles on his Facebook page. Hopefully you'll find the pricing quite attractive. I don't know how much he was buying sets up, like collections. So he should have some alternative stuff too, but in terms of companion, right? You weren't buying boxes, or even if you're only buying, you know, a minute amount of boxes, they'll definitely have you covered in whatever you're looking for. Again, Australia-wise. But still awesome. Nonetheless, alright. Quickly, speed through another box. Starting off with a E-Strike, maybe? That'd be nice. Alright, snip the cards. Alright. Another Snatch. So that's 2 out of 3 for that as well. And puzzle piece. Another Riches. And I mean, Midas Touch isn't bad, right? Is it still hanging on? Still nice. Especially if they're going to continue down the ally limelight, right? The fact that all the Necromancer cards are open-ended. I'm pretty sure we're all expecting Shadow Necromancer to come in the next set. Alright. Another E-Strike to start. Well, budget E-strike, Emo E-strike, whatever you want to call it. I mean, God, who would you play it in where it's actually functional? It's not bad in Jarl. You've got 4 dual element cards. You chuck in the new colors. Value is there. It's just a little bit harder. I think Cold Foil Midas is definitely nice. I mean, any of the Cold Foils are pretty nice at the moment. God, now you make me count. Is this 18? Is this 19? It should be 3, yeah, so it should be... So 21 should be the last set. Yeah, so 20 is the middle set. And then, you know, the chain ban makes a little bit more sense. They're going to give him some new toys as well. Make sure he's at least available for that season before he gets benched for 2 more. Oh, a Marvel Boo. No. Another playable's a flip. Don't actually think I like the foiling on this, right? Because it makes it not look transparent. I think I like the normal art a little bit more. But still, Marvel's a Marvel. I mean, I think we pulled a decent chunk. I think, yeah, you can just do year by 3, right? The final set this year would be 21. Yeah, I think original Boo looks nicer to me. My expectation is Monarch for the next set. And then, I don't know what, where, but landmarks. Which I suppose could be all over. Or another pirate theme set, I guess. Could do landmarks. But it's sort of a weird thought, right? Where you can look at a card like the new, what is it, Raze? Or Plunder? Raze or something? And obviously it has some landmark interaction. And you can look at it and go, that's not enough. There's only, what, 2 playable landmarks? If that, maybe 1, maybe discount library. So it would be nice. Get a whole bunch, but they don't necessarily have to. New Gravy Allies. They're niche. I think, weirdly, Boo would be much nicer in Sage. Yeah, with the mechanic, right? He said something about a mechanic he's always wanted to fully implement, but he hasn't. And a lot of people go PvE. Not gonna be PvE. I don't know if would landmarks mesh with Monarch. But yeah, I kind of wish Boo was a rare. It'd kind of be nicer. There we go, Ransack and Raze, right? For landmark interaction. I mean, it's a nice tech card. If they do more landmarks. Otherwise, it's just functional. It's a little bit extra upside into library. You don't need yellow. Well, you still need a yellow pitch into it. Smoldering Steel. Another gorgeous rainbow foil. Then Black Stone Greaves. Old foil. Probably separate that in the Marvel. Do that. Hand's going to be blocking most of the time. See, this is another weird case where I'm confident we'll see 3 cold foils. But I'm also through a lot of the box. I think there's a way to do board state and make it acceptable. I don't think allies is necessarily the case. Especially when, you know, like Gravy didn't get a minus to his life or anything like that. Because that was the usual balancing act. But I don't want, obviously, an excessive amount of landmarks. But even just, you know, like a couple, heck, if they just do one for each of the major places, I think that'd be kind of cool. Like, not everyone needs a board state card, yeah. But a landmark for me is a lot more fairer than how allies have sort of turned out, where it's easy to either go overboard or for them to suck. Yeah.
It's just getting darker and darker. with the colours starting.
Nah, the lights are all good. Oh, another legendary. I've been hitting them every case.
I was meant to take over. That was my passion.
Well, I'll let you have it now that I got the good
Thank you
stuff.
very much. Yeah, enjoy your food.
Cheers. You can introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Gene.
The chat's just there.
All right, I probably won't be able to keep up with managing this and the chat. I'll try my best though. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into it. I'm just gonna keep opening from wherever we're up to. How much have you said about me? Probably not much.
A little bit.
Small- okay, a little bit. Yeah.
If you want to
yeah.
go into it, that's probably a good idea.
Look, all I'd say is that we have got posts going up right as I'm opening stuff. There are more and more posts going up on our group, like things you can actually go and buy. So that's
In
what
the
I'd say. Just
description, if you want
yep.
to have a look.
That's the one. Join the group. We'll let you in as soon as we can. All right. Well, let's get this on camera first. So you
been
just
doing-
go Majestics, cold foils.
Yeah, commons, rares, majestics, marble, cold foils. Or base.
Sick. Do you even worry about rainbow foils?
Nah,
Nah, just
Nah, not for the
throw
low
'em in.
rarity.
cool. We've got a blessing of Bologna. I probably don't need to say much. You've probably seen every card already, haven't you?
Probably by now.
I'll stop at the good things. We'll just keep opening. How's that? You notice, like on my hands, I got all these marks. We use a lot of permanent marker in my office, so that just happens every day. Oh, maybe you cold foils are just going over here. Is that right? With
Yeah,
your legendaries,
yeah.
sweet.
You probably moved the legendary side.
Worries. All right, cool. Just like that. Hey, that's it. That's that box.
Yep.
Hold up. Terrible timing. Why am I getting a call? Hold up. Sorry, guys. I'm not ready for this. You know. I'll leave this in the hands of the experts. I'm only good at accumulating cards, not opening them. I get other people do that. You got that tool around? Have you been using this
It's
at all?
under some of the boxes.
Here it is. All right, this thing's fantastic. Box number, I don't know, 20,
Nah, not
10,
that far.
15?
It's what? Done 2 cases and then 2 boxes. That's a 10.
You've been doing this first or last?
We ended up just doing it first.
Yeah, of course. I'm the same. Usually what I do is get a case, open them all up, do 4 of these at once, and then I suffer through the rest of it. Have you pulled anything spicy from one of these yet?
No. There's one called
cold
Majestic, but
foils? Yeah.
it's alright.
Oh, nah, never mind. I
Oh.
thought I saw something. But
That's the worst Majestic. The middle card.
yeah, with a name like Rusted Relic, I'm not surprised. Okay, so you're just making like one-offs over here.
Rares.
Yep.
Middle card or Majestic. And marker.
There's no way of me knowing that, right? Because I'm a
You don't know the
noob.
cards.
There's no way of me knowing that. I thought for some reason one of these was foil and one wasn't.
No, it's
Just different
yeah.
parts of the picture.
Yeah. It's not the whole card.
Should I pack this up now? Are you doing a box at a time?
I've been doing it case by case.
Case by case. Cool. All right, sweet. Oh, that was not good.
Actually, interesting.
Yeah.
This box, the previous box, is the first box where it hasn't been 3 cold balls.
True. Okay, so all 3 in the others, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even in the other ones where there's been a marble cold foil.
Was
there's
that
still
the
been
box
3
that you
cold
got the
foils.
cold foil here? Was that cold
No.
foil? No. Thank you, Jungles 00, for divvying some cards on Facebook. Hopefully on my page, of course. I think that's what you mean. But I'm okay with it. You shop wherever you want. But if the deals are good on our page, you like what we're doing, by all means, please grab some cards. Thank you. Got a Majestic here. We've got a Seismic Shift. Is that a good one? Okay.
horrible, but-
Majestics aren't that exciting usually, are they? There's some good
There's
ones.
some really good ones.
I guess like all your legendaries in this started with Majestics mostly.
Yeah, they were Majestics in
Yep.
other sets. Aside from the equipment.
Oh, I got a cold foil. Another Blackstone Greaves. We got nothing else. Sorry, I think my positioning's just a little bit off. I'll try and do better. Sweet. Never get a pack like that. I just feel like that's good. That's one of those ones out of the way. The next one will be a good one. Tiger Trap. It doesn't actually sound very exciting to me.
No, it's kind of a weird interaction.
As in, this is the name of it.
Oh, that
It doesn't sound that like, it's kind of strange. Oh. I think I just like bent that last card. I won't sell that one. Trying to do your trick. So is it middle?
Yeah. I think there's even perforated dots you can feel.
Yeah,
So,
right.
like it's intended. Yeah. So if you feel, well, you can even see them. These little perforated dots.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So right in the middle. I think I was too far up. Sweet. So Bubba Lubba, hey. I don't think that's very good, is it? Like, as a Marvel, he's okay, but
Yeah.
is he popular or not?
It's another sort of like weird effect. Where it's a good like tech piece.
Yeah.
That means you're not gonna run it all the time.
Right.
You probably don't even want to settle them.
Got another cold foil. It's 2 for this box. We should be pretty likely to hit 3, that's for sure. I can say that. Looking at what we've opened. That's what we haven't opened. We're having a little bit of a rough patch here. I think I'd better get off stream. I got bad luck.
They had a go at me when I took over from Tyrone mid-box.
Oh, like you're not allowed to take over someone's box? Like
No,
that?
because he
Poor
pulled
etiquette?
some good stuff,
Oh, okay.
and then they were just saying I wouldn't. And then the next box was the card they said I wouldn't.
Right. Well, I had one of my other guys here in the office open up 1 pack for me, and he opened a Marvel. That was it. And then he retired after that. He said no more packs. There they are. No. There's a few dots. I can see them now. Like they're all through it. Okay. Yeah, look. I don't know. Don't know about my opening here. What's the opposite of a god box? Like, I don't know if you have those in this game. You probably don't.
There was one set where there was printing errors.
Oh yeah.
There was a few packs where it was just like all legendaries. But I guess not for this set, but you can get triple majestics in other sets.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, whatever the opposite is of that, I think I've got it. I think. Oh, here we go. We got.
There you go, too.
There we go. And not bad ones either. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. More of averages. That's what we're looking at. So you've already hit a legendary in this.
Yep.
Can you pull 2, 3 legendaries in a box? In a case, sorry.
Seems like.
Yeah.
There was 2 in the previous case.
Okay. Interesting. Are there some sets that have been printed in the past where it's like fully locked in? Obviously you've opened a lot. Some of them.
In the much older sets, it was pretty much guaranteed that it had to be like a sealed case.
Yes.
Really bad luck. In a few other sets, they tweak the rates. Like one where you can get them as normal foil, EA foil, EA collar foil, something like that, where there was a lot more variance than there are now.
Yeah.
For that, you could get in a single box.
Is this kind of common? You see like back to back rainbow foil normal, like seeding in the pack.
Not really, no.
I asked it because it's very common in collector packs now.
Yeah.
Not so much draft packs, but they said, oh, like in Magic, because a collector packs for collectors, that somehow like that's a good thing. I don't think anyone likes it. We just all accept it. Somehow someone would be disappointed if they didn't get all the same card. I don't know. We got a Marvel here. Okay. I've heard people say beta. What's your preference? Beta, yeah, okay, good. But some people say beta. But what do you reckon? Is it a big thing? Evo, beta, base arms. Beta base. Sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There's something all about that base in this game? Like, do people talk about that or no? I'm just making
Not yet, at least.
All right. There you heard it here first, folks. Definitely, like Marvels seem way more common in this set than other ones I've opened.
I think they would drop for the previous set for like 1 in 60, so
Then they just
maybe
come back.
1 to 1 every 2 every case, which just seems to be about that.
Yeah.
But previous to quite scarred.
Yeah. Hey, so
The base arms. You know how much you had the.
look, they might be on the page right now. Like I would say, if they're not there, they are about to go up. But I think like I want to say somewhere between 60 and 80, for depending on which piece of that, because there's a few pieces, right? For that there's like 3, 4 pieces. Yeah, I think the arms somewhere around 60 or so, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that feels a bit high.
Is it a bit high? It could be high. I don't know. Maybe it's 40. I don't know.
Want me to look?
Yeah, go have a look. But, I mean, if that's too high, I guess like our prices just suck. Sorry, guys. But yeah, just check the group if you haven't already. Will things be on my website? That's a good question. Okay, so like I don't know why I think I was looking at part of the chat and it's not even the right part of the chat. I'm looking at some previous comments now. So like this is an interesting one. There's so many different ways you can approach. I'll open packs while I do this. Come on. I'll multitask. So many ways you can do different things. So my approach was, or is, I'm going to do like basically what I've done in the other space with a little bit of replication, but you know, kind of like just trying to replicate it. So we started with the Facebook group for a year or two, and then we did a website. So definitely a website is on the tables, but we don't actually have a website for FaB yet. If that makes sense. but we will get there. Got a pummel and a Gorganian tome and a piece of art. I am just gonna. Oh, so do they come in the same order, like as in
It's always
rare and
a
majestic?
rare and then a majestic.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just like that, is it?
75 for the arms.
75.
Yeah, that's what you got.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what, like, guys, if that's not a good price and it doesn't sell, you know what? I'll drop the price. So that feels high. That's high or not?
I might be wrong.
Okay, yeah, 75. All right.
They're for kind of in the power grow.
Yeah. So yeah, like basically we will have a website at some point, but for now we're just gonna like try what we already have plugged in through our Facebook group. It means like, for example, shipping is easy as we've got all the systems in place, just it all comes through the same message. Actually, one other thing too that's kind of relevant for some is that, oh man, I'm scrolling up the chat. I'm going to answer a few questions here that I don't know if they've been talked about or not. I'll talk about them. But yeah, like basically, if you ordered some Magic and some FaB, for example, if you're active in both, it's still literally going to go through the same message chat, and so we will just easily combine that, and you can just do the same shipping. And you know what? I'll say it now. If you order like our free shipping threshold, so over $175, we do free track shipping, over $275 free express. So for example, like, if we pulled one of the heavy hitters in this set in the relic pack, you would just get free express shipping off the bat. And we also whack on signature for anything over 500 by default. I'll also just plug something else here. We do a free delivery guarantee. So like anything Australia Post would cover, which is basically everything except theft, we will cover by default. We don't insure anything because it's just like basically a scam. 2.5% is way above the missing letter rate or item rate in the mail. So we actually cover that too. So if you buy from us, we guarantee that it's gonna get to you, or we're gonna refund it, unless of course it's stolen, because we can't prove that. Anything that can be proven, like lost mail, missing mail through Ozpost, we still have to go through the process, but we guarantee it. Okay, so someone said, like, did you say Jene has 40 cases to crack? Yeah, like actually I think I have 51. So I had 40, and then I had a store who messaged me and was like he understood that I was doing this, and he messaged me. He's like, oh, I tried to order 20 boxes of this set, but I got 20 cases instead, and it got allocated to me, and only just realized after it's all gone through. As a store, if you do that, you're locked into it, right? So that happened, and then he was like, do you want to grab some at cost price? And I was like, yeah, cool, that's great. And then he then said, actually, like, I'm looking for this magic card. So I end up trading him one magic card for 11 cases of it. So you could probably have a think what card, if you know Magic at all, anyone here, have a guess what you think, what card that was, and drop it in if you have a comment on that. I'm not expecting everyone to have a comment on that, but if you do, have a guess, and then I'll tell you what it is. So yeah, 51 cases, I believe, but I've got to go pick up 11 of those still. Will I crack them all? I don't know, because it's the question was, do I have that many to crack? I don't know if I will crack them all or what I'll do with them, but basically I'm all in at the moment. I'm going for it. So if I don't crack them open, I'll see them on a shelf and crack them later, or maybe I'll sell them off or something. I don't know, but we're going to crack quite a lot of it. So we've got a cold foil here. How do you say this?
Embryo.
Embryo. Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm assuming it's the play on word.
Okay. Yep. No website is the way. Look, interesting. It's an interesting take. Explain that some more.
Klloo is a massive FaB single seller.
Yep.
Overseas, so. Who does?
Tell me. I mean, yeah. Look. Okay, I better watch what I say. Tell me your thoughts. Why do you say no website? I'm not going to dispute it. In fact, my own success and lack thereof would probably point to supporting your statement, but I'm interested to hear your experiences with that one. Also, like, a bit of perspective. I'll just go ahead and do a big flex on stream. Why not? So like 51 cases right of this set. look, I don't know what you're looking at, as in, you know, some people probably can get slightly cheaper. I don't know enough about FaB to know how distribution and that higher level works. I was able to obviously source mine from a few different places, through people that have access to distribution, but not directly to distribution, since I don't have like a physical game store myself. I work with a lot of other stores in what I do. So like my understanding is, let's say, you know, 51 cases, let's say it's roughly, you know, 100 and something, 130 a box. Let's just say that as a rough price, or 140. What's that going to be? 50, so cases, that's 200 boxes. So what are we looking at? About 25, 30 grand, something like that. It's, you know, it's a bit of money, it adds up for sure. But like last night, for example, well, let's say this, on Wednesday, I flew up to Townsville. I dropped 55,000 on one collection up there, got back, and the next night I put up, I want to say just shy of $200,000 of cards in one night for Magic. So, you know, 25 grand is a bit of money, and I'm not gonna lie, that's for me, that's a decent chunk of change too. And I'm not necessarily made of money. Like, we try and do things in scale. That's our kind of goal. But yeah, like basically, you know, it's comparatively to what we're doing, it's not too stressful, if that makes sense. Okay, I've got a rune snare. Is this thing cool? It looks like it should be cool. I don't even get calls usually. Hold up, that's my wife. I will be in trouble if I say I'm longer than 5 or 10 minutes. No, I'm kidding. She's lovely. Is this card any good?
It's another one where it's okay on paper, and then it has some niche interaction.
Okay.
So it can be good if the meta is centered around it.
All right. Let's go back to the chat, hey. All right. Let's go. Base house, no website. Okay, so no buyouts, no public inventory, more motivated buyers if they have to DM you. Website equals easier inventory management. Okay, so we've got a debate. Oh, excellent. Having it public. Yeah, okay, so like one of the kind of issues with the website for sure is like when something starts trending, like, you know, for example, this announcement for this new format, right, in Flesh and Blood, all the young heroes started going a bit silly, right? And some other things like that, right? So unless you have an automated updating system, which is all reliant on someone else's data anyway, it's very hard to manage that and to make sure that you're optimizing. Because like the theory is, right, everything that's going up, something else is going down. So if you don't stay on top of that, you basically end up losing. That's the kind of general theory in a game that's just kind of steady. If the game's like exploding for whatever reason, then that may be different. Everything just might be going up. But either way, if you're trying to optimize things for sure, like, and you're trying to do what's fair for people, I think all around, then you do want to have controlled pricing. So if you know, for me, if I put it up on a Facebook group, you know, then essentially I can choose at the time that I want to sell it what the price is, and then, you know, update that as you go. But it is a little bit of time to manage. But of course, I think in FaB, like, it's kind of a bit easier because I think you have it's kind of like, it's like America's economy versus Australia's economy, in my opinion. So like in America, the really rich are like really rich and the really poor are really poor. In Australia, we're a bit more evened out between that, the rich and poor. And I feel like in FaB, it's a bit more like that American style where it's like the top cards are way expensive comparatively to the bottom cards. But in Magic, it's a bit more even spread. So like one of my things in Magic is trying to do things in scale a lot of the time. So that gets a bit tricky with just a Facebook group, which is why I think we added on the website. I've got another Marvel here. Just my second, yay. As in here. I've opened a few others. But yeah, like, look, interesting thoughts. Inventory management's tricky, right? So with the website, one of the challenges, this is just for anyone who might be remotely interested in this. At least there's one person on here who's at least one person. I'm sure you've got a few that do this sort of thing. One of your issues is you put your card into your system, you then sell the card, and then you've got to go and find the card again, right? So you've got to have really good inventory management for that to be efficient. And it's very hard to do that at a certain point. Like even in Flesh and Blood, you guys are up to what, like almost 20 sets now? Is that right? So in Magic, we've got like over 100 sets, right? And then there's all this other wacky stuff they add onto it. So like that's very tricky to manage. And so we actually, with our website, had to go and get some external, I guess, software and warehousing input into it. And so like basically everything's put into sections with codes on it, and that's how we manage that. So I actually don't physically, like, I couldn't tell you, oh, where's this card, but when someone orders it, the system just says, here it is, go pick it. And that's something we could plug into the FaB space as well. Got a cold foil here. All right, I got a bit more on the chat, guys. Let's have a look. I'll finish this and then I'll let you jump in.
Oh, you're doing great.
Okay, cool. I should just talk about this stuff because I think this is interesting to some people. Maybe get it organized. We do like and go through the thousands of set. Yeah, that's hectic, man. So what's is it just Hamura by TCG? Is that the actual business? Is that that guy? Yes, that's his actual business name.
Through him.
How are you going to sort all this, by the way? So what we just did, basically, like sorting by rarity, right, first. Then we go and mix and match, so put all the names of the cards together, which is, if you jump on the Facebook group, you'll see it there. I'll try and approve people once they get off stream, if you're just trying to join and look at it. But basically, we go by rarity, organize the cards together, and then we go ahead and price them up. So we actually sleeve them and we actually write the price on them rather than like typing text, or I'm sure there's some way you could automate that a little bit, but we just literally just get a permanent marker and write on the sleeve. It doesn't damage the cards. Don't worry. I've done it with like $10,000 cards before. It's all good. But yeah, we basically go ahead and do that, and then we organize them. What we've done is by class, and I hope we've done that correctly, because as you probably figured out, if I haven't said it already, I am kind of new to the space, like not new to buying and selling cards, but new to this particular game. And look, I've had interest in it for years now, but it's taken a little while for us to get to the point where we're at, and we're actually doing this. Is there anything else I can answer before I go? I'm going to sort this. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. Feel free to drop any more comments. I'm sure, like, how am I saying this? Hammurabi? Where are they based? Japan or
No.
Singapore? Malaysia?
Sure.
Here, Australia?
Not Australia.
Sorting them manually. Yeah, pretty much. I think, like, when you're opening packs, there's probably no other way to do it that I know of, really. Yeah, like, also, like, if you get an actual, yeah, exactly. Even for Magic, you get one of those sorting machines. I don't really like them for a number of reasons. They're costly to begin with anyway. Like, any decent one is about, I think, $20,000-$30,000. And then you've got to pay. You got locked into their subscription, and I guess by default their software, which means that there can be issues there.
Texas. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Texas. There you go. Very good. How's the scene in Texas? Yeah, from what I've seen, even apps and things that exist that scan for FaB are pretty few and far between. I think the Dragon Shield app seems to be okay, but I can't get my account to work. Like, and I've been stuck in their tech support for about a month. So I don't think they're really very active with that side of things, or I've been left by the wayside. But look, I don't know. Like, in Magic, we have some really good scanners for that side of things, and that does help. And we actually use some of those in a very big way. Can't really say it on the stream, but we definitely use that in a lot of our processes. I'm currently trying to actually design a machine that will pull cards so that it can scan automatically. That's rather than getting a different card, sort of for all the reasons I mentioned. It just doesn't work with our existing setup. But yeah, I'm gonna hop out. There's looks like one more box left in this case. I'm gonna let Ryan. Do they call you Ryan? Or?
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let Ryan back in. I'm gonna let Klloo back in. All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Have fun.
Nothing beats human labor.
It was Chinese and Bundaberg ginger beer, if you know what that is. It's a very popular drink over here. If you haven't had it, I recommend you try and find one. They're pretty good. And, like, all the Americans love it. Like,
Yeah, ginger beer. Yeah, because ginger beer is a big thing in America.
Bundy ginger beer.
Yeah.
Bundaberg ginger beer. Like, I mean, I love going over to the States and having a root beer. Like, that's definitely something you got to do. But Bundy ginger beer is always recommended. Thanks.
Cheers, Gene. All right, no more business talk. Back to the cards. All right. I mean, I feel like this case has been fairly decent, right? 3 marvels, slightly behind, right, by 1 on equipment. You're not counting the marvels, and still a legendary, which is, you know, decent enough. And Call to Grave. Not shiny, but still. I don't actually know how it places with the EA and everything. And almost to a complete. Right? We'll see if there's anything left in the last box of the case. But yeah, real nice of you, Hemel, to chat with Jene. That's fantastic. That means I have a new source of data rather than using yours from time to time. But we will power through. I'd like to at least crack 5 cases. It's not as exciting as the 10 I was allowed. If we speed through the next one, we can get to 5. Surely. Or at least one a really high-end card. Right? Give me Brave or 4 quick dodges, and we'd be happy. Nada. Though sorting wise, this set's probably the worst, right? You care a lot more about some of the rares and commons than other limited field sets. It would actually be worth setting them from the jump. I'll probably end up doing with mine. So I want at least play sets of everything. Just opening so much that's kind of a waste of time. Just all the rares and commons. Templar. Rares. Gold foil. Baltic Vanguard. I need to thumb through. See how many duplicates there are. Gonna be rough to get a playset of the EA foils. Yeah, the CNCs, especially because they look grouse, right? And it just plays a nice big fanfic, right? Well, it's not even a fanfic. I'm sure they'll give us a lore drop, right, when we get the next Monarch set. At least more than, you know, what exists. The Shell Dragon sort of give or take. Oh, cheating Scoundrel though is nice. And just stick with, like, hunting the EAs from Hunted. Oh, where do I even put this? Not Marvel. Go with the Legendary. Well, off screen. And Majestic to top on that. Beautiful. But yeah, they're definitely super scarce. Which then also makes them a nice flex. You do get a play set. Tempest Dances. Nada. I want to see Tempest Dances in Cold War. It's got to be gorgeous, right? Oh, Channel Skybreak. So, I feel like this case has been really good, right? 2 EAs, 3 Marvels, a Legendary. I guess the Antiquity packs were kind of mediocre, being stock standard. One was a Relic too. But this box alone, this box was 2 EAs.
I just got news. I'm gonna be out of here. Like, if you have enough.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't mind if you do a part 2 or something, but I have to lock everything up.
No, that's all good.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, we have a deadline. I think we can care for a case if we do it nice and quickly. But we'll have to rush a little bit. But we can make it work. Rare. Alright, let's quickly do 4th and last. So I am allowed to come back. What antiquity aren't? What antiquity aren't rare? expensive? What's the ending to the question? Or are they just which are in general not hard to find, easy to find? But I don't even know. Alright, we'll do a box by box in case we have to cast early. I trust in my pacing. Even if we're going to get through two. Oh, aren't duds. Well, I feel like there will be people who want a full playset of any of the rares, right? All the rares are really playable cards. Full stop. The Majestics, there's some more niche stuff. Which is fine. But like that tenacity. Not awful. It's not great. It's not awful. And so it's just being, an extra little box type of thing. It's fine. At least in my eyes a little bit. Alright, Majestic. I remember where the camera is. I always build massive stacks of cards, and then I slowly retreat. It's awful. I think we'll go to like 5N. Oh, one slot over. And then we'll wrap it up. Alright, we still got to open a nice, decent chunk. Gold foil, topsy-turvy. Fun card. Can't wait for more chaos interactions, now that it's actually good chaos interactions. Another cold foil. That's 2 down for the box. Oh, and there's a third. With, God, Mercula. I think I had this debate before with myself. Has to be Mercula. Definitely a really nice stage home. Story plates. Oh, there was another Blunton, which is definitely very important to pull out. Being such a nice Warrior Majestic. Clear the bottom of this box. We're spinning along nicely. We'll do one more, just to play it safe. Bottomy, 2 rares. Nada. And nada. Alright. Lucky last. Fingers crossed. Marvel E-Strike. That'd be a nice way to end it, right? Da-da-da-da. Wow. Definitely a puzzle piece. They could have kept it just the smaller size. It looked bad. Well, no, because you'd frame them or you stick them in a folder. But it's a sink, and it's definitely something shiny. Premeditate. That's not a bad one. Fold full premeditate. And a sink. That's at the very least a playset of sink. Now, anything to end off. Cool. Yeah, that's fine for the pile. CNC. So, yeah. So far, legendary-wise. Been the case with 2, and then every case has had 1. You can't get upset with that. Rune Snare. Nada. Beautiful. But we can't idle. So, is Illusionist like a fancy class? Where people care about blinging out their cards? Yeah, another Whispering. That card, though, sit on a whole stack of them till Mystic gets reprinted. And you'll be so happy. Another Boo. Another Topsy-Turvy, though. Pilfer and Graven. What's rare? Essentially, if it's a female character, you want to bling out your deck. Is that the correct rule of thumb? Feels like that's the correct rule of thumb. Alright. Last few. And then we'll call it a day. And we've already got a legendary out of this box, so don't think we can ask for more. Do one more cold foil. I kind of need to make a new stack. Pop them to the side. Don't accidentally knock the commons over. That'd be disastrous. Another M. Oh, buy the book. Another Evo base piece. This is a nice Klloo case. Buy the book would be a little bit better if we didn't also guess the revolved one, right? It's just brought down by comparison. Or if it had 3 block, I suppose. Alright. Lucky last 3. Nada. There's still one more comfort for this box, I believe. Havoc Raptors and Majestic. Get to separate the rares. And lastly, there's a Majestic. That's Protocol. Definitely more than enough stuff here to start Klloo. But there we go. That's where we'll leave it for today. Yeah, I think this case was pretty nice, right? It was 2 legendaries. Command and Shelter. 2 EAs, 1 cold foil, 1 rainbow foil. Klloo of marbles, 4 marbles, right? 1 a box for this case. Usual stack of cold foils. And then some pretty nice Majestics, right? All around. But I think we'll leave there. Everyone hang around. Thanks. And again, big shout out to Jene, right? You can check out his Facebook group for his singles. Oh, I think he wants to say goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming to my office. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Klloo, sorry.
Oh, good. Yeah, so you can find it in the description, right? And yeah, it's just been an awesome time. I love having more packs to open than what I usually have. It is a shame, though, because usually I call dibs on all my cards, and these are not my cards. But you can get your hands on them, so go ahead and do that. Support him, and it's going to be great for Australia, right? Anyway, aside from a fantastic case to end it on, right? Because it was a cold foil antiquity card as well to end. It was premeditate on top of all of that. And premeditate's not a bad one to hit at all, right? But we'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed.